Hello, my beaver friends. For today's reading, of course, we have the beaver, who is very earthy to me. It's in the water element chapter because, of course, beavers live in water, but they are not amphibians. And they are very earthy. They are very practical, very diligent, and hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. That's from the book. Okay. The beaver personality is a welcomed sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga or selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless, worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor, selfless service. Okay, I'm noticing something odd. I don't know if this has any meaning for any of you, but since I'm noticing it, I will point it out. On the beaver's face, I don't know if it's visible on camera, but there's a little bit of a circle. And it's present in the picture in the book as well, so I know it's not something that has to do with the card being damaged or marred or misprinted or something. There's a little circle next to the beaver's nose, right under its eye, right there. I have no idea why that's there, why the author drew it that way, creator drew it that way. And I don't know why I'm drawn to it today, but anyway, there it is. If it means something to you, great. Otherwise, just ignore it, I guess. Okay, let's look at your tea leaf cards, which will help you determine whether or not this is your reading. And our first two cards, Period of Frustration, Lessons to be Learned, and Wealth. Perhaps you have a great deal of concern about your financial situation right now. We have Period of Prosperity and Abundance, and we also have Ladder, climbing towards success. So I don't think you are in a period of prosperity and abundance. I think, especially with it coming up with Period of Frustration and Lessons to be Learned, I think that's your focus. We also have New Home, New Attitude, and Obstacles to Overcome. So maybe you moved, maybe you didn't, maybe you moved jobs or something. I think you're taking steps to get to this period of prosperity and abundance that you want. That we all want. Okay. But yes, new home, new attitude, obstacles to overcome. A new attitude can definitely help, at least sometimes. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Well, we have Eight of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. So Eight of Pentacles is the grind phase. Definitely a time for very diligent hard work, but I think you are up to the task. All right. So your next card is your Three of Swords. So one thing I don't see talked about very much is that the Queen of Swords was originally seen as a woman who was a widow, a woman who had suffered emotional loss and learned to pick herself back up and keep going. And we have here the Three of Swords, which is the card of mourning, of grieving, of needing to learn how to work through difficult emotions. And that may be what your Eight of Pentacles is about right now. It's not, usually it's about, you know, this material abundance. But we have two indications of grief, of mourning here. So it may be that although you may want to stay focused on the material, it may not be that easy. Yeah, you'd really like to stay focused on the pentacle world, the material world, the financial success and abundance, the prosperity. Oh, wow, Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. You'd like to think your way out of this. The problem is, as this picture makes abundantly clear, is that this is a heart problem, not a head problem. You have the Seven of Wands, which is lies, deceit, and betrayal, but it is also about betraying yourself. And yes, you want to set yourself free. You want to have this financial success, material success. You want to be clear-headed, clear-minded. You want inspiration or revelation, perhaps I should say. Inspiration is more wands. But revelation, an aha moment, eureka. And perhaps you will have that. There may be, it may be that there's a connection between this and your Ace of Pentacles, your prosperity, your material world that you have not yet recognized. And you may have that epiphany and set yourself free. Notice this is love here. This has got arrows through the heart, and this guy has love tattooed on his chest. So, I think you don't want to deal with emotions. And I think they're not going to go away. Nine of Wands and the Hierophant. This could be a spiritual counselor or mentor. The Nine of Wands. This is when you feel battered and bruised, wounded, weary, and weary. Generally beat up by life and in need of a great deal of healing. And turning to faith, to organized religion perhaps even, may be the way for you to do that. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. So, the Five of Cups is about learning a painful emotional lesson, which is all over this tarot reading. The Five of Cups in reverse has me very concerned that you are, everything about this so far has me very concerned that you are not looking at the emotional aspect of whatever it is that is going on or has happened. That you would much rather avoid it than deal with it. Now, the thing about the Five of Cups is that there's always the promise of something better, much better, perhaps. Once the painful emotional lesson has been learned, processed, you have all three of your emotional cards in the same column. And not a single one, well, this is the only Cups card. That's another reason for concern, is that although there's definitely indications of a great deal of emotion, you don't have Cup cards, just this one. So, are you dealing with your problems or, you know, with this new home, new attitude that is about moving on? And that is appropriate after you have processed and learned your lessons. So I'm not quite sure whether you are, whether you've been kind of running away from your emotions or whether you are dealing with them. It could be that for some of you, you have been and continue to be running away from them, and others of you have realized that yes, you really do have to deal with this. You really do have to do the healing work. So, let's see what the universe has to say to you. Okay. There's agreement on your focus on the material, on prosperity, material abundance. But it may be that it's a distraction. And what is really needed is for you to go someplace else. Adventure. I'm not sure what kind of adventure or what kind of journey. They're not always physical. New beginnings. Are you distracting yourself? Oh, jeez. All right. So, a deep soul connection. That's what your new beginning is about? Well, that'll be pretty... Oh, yeah. So, a deep soul connection will drag all kinds of things to the surface that you would probably rather not deal with or have been avoiding dealing with, which is what we've been talking about. A deep soul connection is a powerful learning and healing experience. Not necessarily comfortable or easy or pleasant. And it very much may be that you have recognized that you have to let it go. The idea of being with this person anyway, that wasn't the purpose. But perhaps you have learned to be, as I said, able to see secrets are lifted. Coming after the moon card, that's wonderful. And you have the lion, heart-centered, bold, brave, devoted. From times past. Take it slow. Yes, it's an enduring connection. It's a catalyst. And before you get through it, there is a lot of confusion, thoughts, problems, doubts, hesitation, unclear, indecision, misunderstandings. And then You become a new you, like a child. You return to your authentic self, the one you were before you were conditioned, programmed. A return to the self. That's how I see these child cards. I don't usually see them as literal children. But you may definitely feel a bit tender, a bit, well, you're inexperienced because you don't know this person, this true person inside you. You have to get to know yourself all over again. That came up in my last reading. So did the squirrel. Alright, so Phoenix, definitely transformation, being reborn, also the Wheel of Fate, so you're not in charge of this. Oh, and the Woman card has returned. It's either you or the person on your mind. So as far as that situation goes, that particular situation, it's out of your hands. The Wheel of Fate, Karma, Dharma, Destiny. It's out of your hands. All you can do is transform yourself and see what happens. You're being called to the long and winding road of healing and self-discovery. You will need to be patient and flexible, willing to grow, and move slowly. It is an adventure. It's a very different kind of adventure. Well, that sounds like someplace you want to go, right? A lovely island. But you are feeling lonely, estranged, solo, isolation. And yet, you have choices to make. You do have free will. And you want divine union. On a quest for divine union, no less. Okay. Yes. So, have faith. Things will work out. They may not work out the way you're thinking. In fact, it's highly likely that things will work out in a very, very different way. That doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean that you failed in any way. Quite the contrary. If you're going on this journey to the self, becoming more than you were, how is that, in any way bad? Like I said, if you go through the lessons of the Five of Cups, then you end up someplace better than you were. So, perhaps you are willing to do that work. That Eight of Pentacles grind work, because that's what it takes to heal that heart and become that lion. Heart-centered, courageous, brave. And also the beaver. Persistent, determined, diligent, reliable. A good partner. Who wouldn't want a beaver as a partner? All right. I think you're finding that success, or you will soon, from learning your painful lessons. All right. I am liking the Healing Spirits Oracle deck, so I will draw a card from that for you, especially since there's a lot of healing in this particular reading. You are your purpose. So, I think that's another way of saying what Jeffrey Allen says. Your purpose is very simple. You're here to be you, to be fully you, to be the most you that you can be. This doesn't mean that you are meant to satisfy anyone else's expectations. I should grab the book, right? I don't know. I generally don't feel like I need the book with this deck. It's number 25. Let's see. You are your purpose. You are here to learn about yourself, and learning about yourself will bring reasons to search for more. Remember, you will find nothing if you do not seek. A wise spirit sage is telling you that all the answers you require thus far are indeed in you. So now is the time to look within. It is only by learning how to go to the deeper parts of your own spirit that you will learn to allow your true spiritual nature to shine in this world. When you learn how to do that, you won't need to look for your true purpose anymore. You will be your purpose and a bearer of light on the path. I believe in you. You can do it. Till next time.